Welcome to Showtime Speedway. We started a YouTube channel, Yoho Wide Open. Brooke, you're going to be our second big star on Yoho Wide Open. What do you think about that?
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
You've been up in North Carolina for a while, or South Carolina, correct?
North Carolina, yeah.
What were you doing up there?
I did the 2019 Drive for Diversity team. I drove late model stocks all through South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia.
And how did we do?
Pretty good. We aren't with them this year. We're focusing more on the Wheelman Sportsman stuff and trying to get into bigger things. So hopefully we can get into some ARCA stuff, some truck stuff. But for right now, we're focused on the short track.
So right now you got short track experience. You're driving a Sportsman here. Up there you're driving late models. Well, we're going to give you a little fear today. We're going to let you test the figure 8 car.
Awesome.
Now you got to remember, this is way more technology than your Sportsman and most late models, believe it or not.
Yeah.
You scared?
No, not at all.
What do you think about that?
I look forward to it. I've always come out here and watched these big figure 8 races that you host, so definitely want to do it.
Stephen Nash is over. He says, it was the most fun he had in a long time, but he goes, I don't know if I want to do that with 20 other cars crossing the intersection. So we're going to catch a view with you after, we're going to do a little film on it and make a little thing on it. What is your expectations for this year in racing when we go back?
Just to race as much as possible. Once we get back, I see us racing every single weekend with the Wheelman Series out here at Showtime Speedway. So really looking forward to it. Was really excited to get back in the seat today and knock the rust off. So.
Well, we don't really run the Wheelman Series. We run the similar rules, and we mainly run the West East Coast Sportsman Series with the trucks. We're going to see how it's going to go. We had a low car count the first week, but with all the stuff going on, that's not too bad. What accomplishments? Which one are some of your biggest accomplishments you've done?
Yeah, we did the 2019 Drive for Diversity. Did a lot of traveling, going to different racetracks. So that was a big step right there. We have 8 track championships, 3 in the Sportsman, and some pro truck stuff. So look forward to going on and maybe doing some super stuff and ARCA trucks, like I said. So just keep moving up the ladder and see what we can do.
Who's your main sponsor? Helps you through all this?
Eagle Steel. Without them, we wouldn't be here every weekend. So big thank you to them. PFC Brakes, iBox Springs. Without those 3, they're the reason we're here each and every week. So definitely big thank you to them. All
right. So, what do you think of New Smyrna when you get in like a little bull ring like us, the home of chaos is what we call it, to the big speed high banks of New Smyrna?
My heart is at the short tracks, that's for sure. I love the bull rings. New Smyrna, it's fun, but once you get a little spread out, it's just not there. With these things, these short tracks, they keep you on your toes at all times. You gotta stay focused and be up on the wheel.
I get a lot of stuff that, you got some cars out there that can't keep up, and why do you let them race? When you're leading a race, and you're a rabbit and you're out front, you got a half lap lead, and all of a sudden you run up on a slow car and they get your way and slow you down. But on the other hand, if you're running 3rd or 4th and you're trying to catch a leader and he started on the pole and you started scratch and you work your way up, that helps you catch the leader. Do you think that there should be a rule, like if a car is 2 laps down, they got to exit the track, or what's your feelings?
Absolutely not. Everybody needs seat time, and I've had many circumstances where I've been leading a race or I've been running 5th, and all of a sudden a leader catches a slower car, kind of holds them up, and sometimes it'll work as a disadvantage and sometimes it'll work in your favor. So just let it play out. I don't see anything wrong with it, honestly.
I guess that's why they call it racing.
Absolutely.
So who do you feel one of your biggest rivalries are with?
I've got a bunch of those, it seems like, but right now, probably with the Wheelman Series, you got a bunch of good cars, and you definitely beat Jesse Henley. We aren't rivals, we're good friends, but definitely one of those ones that you always gotta compete with.
Who's the one that you always seem to have trouble with?
George Gorham, yes.
George Gorham.
Yeah.
Good old George.
I knew that was what you were asking the first time.
Well, I just wanted to see, is it more with him or Melissa, his wife?
I don't have a problem with either one of them.
It's racing.
It's racing, and it's short track racing, so ready to get back to racing with them, and I'm good with everything that's happened so far and looking forward to going back at it soon.
Well, one of the things I try to tell people is, I really don't care what happens on the track. Tell your pit crew to shut your mouth. When you come off the track, over the wall, it's over, it's done.
Yep.
Just go to your pits, and you, as a driver, can put that in an old memory bank, and 6 months later, oh, my brakes failed as you put them in the wall. But it seems like everybody's got to run their mouths, and they got to get in the pits and have but we don't put up with that Showtime. As you've seen, I get right in the middle of it, and I'm sure we'll see some of that through these videos coming up through the year. We're going to build us a 2-seat figure 8 car. We're going to build a drift car. We're going to build a drag car. We got all these projects we're going to start on YouTube and stuff. And maybe we'll have to put you. We're building a Corvette. We're going to try to hit 170, 180 mile an hour, a quarter mile, and go after Leroy. And I know that they got a guy. Leroy's belongs to Cletus and Cars, his car. We're going to try to build a car to go after. It's going to be a project, but maybe it'd be kind of funny to put a woman in there and we'll Cletus with the girls. So
absolutely, let's do it.
We might have to use you for some of our promos and stuff in the future, but we wish you good luck, and we're going to get some video in the figure 8 car after a while, and we're going to go from there. Thanks for coming to Showtime.
No, thank you.
Showtime! Wide open. Well, what do you think, Brooke?
That's pretty awesome.
Now you know what the adrenaline is with 20 cars out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if I've ever had that much fun just out here making laps.
I mean, it's and you're overdriving deep into the turns. You got to back up a little bit and lift and kind of go through the turns. But you're overdriving. You got your tires hot. That's why I stopped you, because it's not a drift car. You don't want to drift.
Yeah.
You want to keep that thing planted.
All this horsepower is different from my crate motor.
You got horsepower. That's how you got to run with Tunney and the boys. So if you had to describe that experience you just had, what would you describe it as?
Oh, that was a lot of fun. I would do it anytime.
Would you run with 20 other cars?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. You heard it from Brooke. We're going to send her back out after a couple pointers. Stay tuned. All right, so should I tell people out there that you are ready for the figure 8 world if somebody needs a driver to call you?
If you got a small enough seat, yes, and a little bit more time to practice.
A little more practice, smaller seat. I noticed it. I seen your head up here, and every lap you'd go down a little farther and farther.
Yeah.
Is it hard hitting the points that you try to hit to make the turns, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I've never experienced anything like that, especially the right-handers. So definitely a little bit of practice. I think it would definitely be a lot of fun.
So now, when you get in your car in a minute, you go over there and jump in yours. How's that going to work with the motor?
It's going to be very slow.
Very slow,
Yeah.
huh? Well, you know, what I do is, like my other cars, I put a little coffee pot in there or a Pepsi and
Yeah,
a
that's what I'm
video so I
thinking.
can play different movies on Netflix. So, Brooke Store got our first little taste of figure 8s, and be a lot more of that hopefully in the future.
Hopefully, yes.
Maybe next year somebody will have you drive the big race for 'em.
Absolutely, I'd love to.
All right, another fun experience at the home of chaos, Showtime Speedway. See you next time.